In Utica, we have the 120 Bleecker Street security building is what we refer to it as. Legal Aid Society is the sole tenant. It was slated for demolition. It was contaminated, and it is now home to Legal Aid 70 attorneys. We have the New Century building, which was also slated for demolition. Those two projects would have cost the city over $1 million in abatement, remediation, and demolition. You have to do a hazardous material survey beforehand. And Brian was brought in order to look at the facilities for demolition. When he looked and saw what he saw, he's like, we can't destroy these buildings. It would be a crime. So the conversations began, and the mayor then said, well, if you're interested in purchasing these structures, we're more than happy to talk with you about it. Brian ran the numbers, and it wouldn't pencil. You couldn't make them economically viable with the additional costs. So the city went after the Restore New York program in order to defray the cost. Even the historic tax credits wouldn't have been enough. He had to get more, and the current administration went after grants and programs that now made the projects viable. I mean, there were plenty of environmental firms that have gone through, and they just look at it as a project. Here's a fee. Yes, you're going to need to do this. Here's our fee. They bid the work. We looked at it as an opportunity, and we were right, to not only grow a portfolio for our sister company, but to help this community come back, which is what we're excited about doing. It's a double positive. Saves the money, generates tax revenue, and attracts more employment into the city core. Every morning there's 70 cups of coffee those attorneys buy. If you're anything like me, it's 280 cups of coffee, but there's coffee, there's Danish, there are reams of paper for the copier, there's parking revenue, there's an enormous positive impact that jobs created into the downtown core create for all the businesses around. The same thing is happening at 1900 Bleecker. Right now, we have abatement, remediation, construction, and soon partial demolition of this enormous factory that used to generate radios. GE manufactured radios at this site. The site has contamination, it has environmental challenges, and it has a number of things that need to get taken care of before it's also returned to productive use. We know the trends in the marketplace. We saw a number of things take place in other parts of the state where we have other holdings. And the folks that we've talked to, real estate brokers and site selectors, are saying this is the type of product I need for my clients. And we said, we've got it, we'll do it. So when this building came up, we knew the opportunity was strong. It was incredibly easy working with this administration at City Hall, from the top to the bottom. They were receptive, they were proactive, and they found projects that fit perfectly into our portfolio, fit perfectly into our skill sets, so that we could make a positive impact in the community. But it was very refreshing because it takes a lot of courage to accept change. It takes more to lead the change. And that's what's present right now at City Hall. A lot of communities that we've gone into, the highest level executives just want to tread water. I'll be polite. They don't want change because it's uncomfortable sometimes. This is not at all what we're experiencing here. The change that this administration is going after is extremely good and progressive, and that's why we're here. We're confident in Utica. We wouldn't have placed. We have 5 projects in Utica. We have a very strong sense of confidence here. You can put a project out there, think it's going to be one thing, and then someone comes along and changes it. Security building's a perfect example. We expected to have 3 or 4 different office suites. Our environmental company was going to be one of them. During the clean out, tenants came by and said, can we go through the building? We gave them a tour. They said, we'll take it in its raw form. So, okay, yeah, there are times when you think you're going to do one thing and, fate makes you reconsider. All indications in this area are very, very strong. It's extremely exciting. You almost get too excited. You say, what did we miss? We had to have missed something. We're not that smart. We're hoping we are. But it's an extremely exciting time to be doing what we're doing. I would say what we see in Utica are the things that people see from the outside. You have the hospital that's going on, you have this announcement with Cree, and you have a receptive administration that is at the highest levels doing everything they can, specifically the executive, pushing and leading to make the city grow. And that is exactly why the environment is particularly receptive. Now, there's a lot of cities across New York State where we could be, but we always go where the leadership is proactive and receptive to growth.